Okay, welcome back. With this video, I'm going to start splitting the Swiss Army knife series, if you will, into two parts. So on Sundays, I'm going to post videos on my Victorinox Swiss Army knives, so kind of a Swiss Army knife Sunday type thing. On Wednesdays, I'm going to post Wingers, Wenger Wednesday, if you will. This is mostly just because I have a lot of Swiss Army knives, and maybe you're getting bored watching videos, I'm not sure, but either way, on the Wingers, as we get into them, I haven't found a good, solid, dependable resource as far as dating them. Not specifically talking about this knife, but in general. So if you do have some information or a resource that I can go to help date some of these Wenger knives that I have picked up, please put it down in the comments below. So getting started with today's knife will be a 1933 Wenger soldier's knife. Now this particular knife is in the 1908 pattern, and we'll see that as we get into it. As always, there's a gamut of information that you can find on the internet with SacWiki, and that is where I get most of my information. Not to disregard other places, this is where I always start. So with this knife, it has the fiber scales on it, and it's in pretty good shape on the outside, but when I got it, the inside was rusty. You can still see a good bit of the pitting and rusting on that, and these springs in the back, they were rusted solid. So gave it a good bath, soaked it in some oil well, not soaked it in oil, but oiled it several times and worked the tools back and forth, but I still am unable to get the screwdriver and the can opener open without using some other tool. So hopefully over time I can get that to loosen up. But with this knife, with the older soldier knives, they're 100mm knives, right at 1 inch tall and about 5/8 of an inch wide. And I think they weigh something like 26 grams, whatever that converts into ounces, but they're pretty hefty. They were designed to be a soldier's knife. So if you're cringy, don't cringe. There's going to be tools involved in this. I try to do it as gently as I can without causing damage to the knife. But you have a hollow ground screwdriver, which is very beefy. Now, I have several Swiss rifles at home. I haven't tried any of these knives on it, so maybe that'll be something we'll do once I get back home. See if we can disassemble a Swiss rifle with one of these knives. I'm assuming that's kind of the idea behind it. I'm going to try to do this without scratching the fiber scales any more than I already have. Man, it's stiff. Like I said, once you get them going, they really take off. There's your older style can opener. There's been several iterations of this throughout the life of the soldier knife, but if you look, they're all relatively the same. Then you have a substantial main blade. Man, I know I'm complaining. I'm just trying to open this without damaging the knife or cutting myself. But you have in 1908, they went to this clip point blade style. The 1890 did not have this style, and again, I'll point you to SacWiki because I don't own an 1890 Swiss Army knife. But again, you can see the tang is pretty thick. Not sure exactly how thick that is, but pretty beefy. And the blade is just under 3 inches long. Now after 1921, if you pick up one of these older soldier knives, after 1921, the date stamp is right there for an official soldier's knife. Now I'm not sure what year they stopped doing that, but I know I've seen soldier's knives up to 2008 on eBay that have that stamp on the tang, to give you an idea what year they are. you have your reamer awl, which looks very similar to most of the other soldier knives, as well as the Pioneer. The main difference is, that's a solid piece of metal. Unlike the Pioneer, it's kind of an L-shaped piece of metal. Okay. Don't have too much more to say. There's a long history. Like I said, SacWiki's your friend. But I appreciate your time. Stay tuned and be nice to one another.